I've been doing rock chips for now 3 months. It is the best thing I've ever gotten into. You'll love it. Just talk to Ryan.
I didn't know anything about windshield repair at all, but we're doing it. I mean, we own our own business. We have the flexibility. We love working together, and we make money every single day.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit about GlassPointe and the help that we've been able to get from those guys. They're absolutely great. Their online training and all the support that we've received from them has been phenomenal. We've done everything they told us to do, setting up our tent, got a good location, and we've just been making a lot of money doing what we love to do.
Yeah, absolutely. From the very beginning till now, I've had my questions answered, whether it be text, phone, had that support, getting everything set up, and yeah, it's been great.
I'm liking it a lot. It's a very good business. It's simple, it's easy, and it's good money.
And literally, the day I put my tent up, this tent right here, the day I put it up, I started making money. And within a week, within the first few days, I'd made $500. Within a 1 week's time frame, put $1,000 in my pocket because of this training, because of how simple it is. And I'm telling you, I didn't believe that it was as simple as it is.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us tonight on the webinar. We're really excited to have you. We're going to wait for just a few more people to get in, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. If you're joining us live, thank you so much for being here on the live webinar, the 2018 GlassPointe webinar. If you're watching this as a recording, that's totally fine too. Thank you so much for taking a minute to watch and to learn about the rock chip repair business. We're going to go ahead and jump in. I'm going to try to move through the material as quickly as possible, and then we'll have a question and answer session at the end. So hold your questions to the end, and we'll go through as many as we can. And then, of course, if there are any lingering questions we're unable to answer, we can answer those individually after the webinar. But first off, I want to ask you a couple of questions, and then we'll dive right in. But first off, these are kind of rhetorical questions, I guess you could say, or questions you can kind of ask yourself. But first, are you happy with your current income? Are you happy with the amount of money you're making? Are you happy with your bank account? My inclination is that you're not, otherwise you wouldn't be, watching this webinar. But the great thing is we live in a great country with a lot of opportunity, and we can change that. So we're going to talk about that. Now this question is more important to me than money. Are you happy with the amount of freedom you have? Are you having to clock in? Are you working too many hours? Are you not able to take time off when you want to take time off? Do you have kids that you don't see enough? Are you able to go on vacation? Are you able to, do things? The next question is, have you ever wanted to be your own boss but didn't know where to start? Right? So, a lot of us want to be our own bosses. There's a lot of people that don't. They want the security of just working for somebody else. But for those of us who want to be their own boss, I was in that same situation. Always knew I had to work for myself. I couldn't go through life, working for somebody else just wasn't for me. So I want to introduce myself. My name is Ryan Fenn. That's me right there. That's my wife, Lonnie. That's my little boy, Maddox. And my little girl, Olivia. She has a little more hair now. They're really the reason I do everything that I do. They're what makes me happy, and they're the reason that I work hard, and I'm happy to be able to provide a living for them. I started my business about 7 years ago. Maddox was just born, and we moved from California to Utah. We moved kind of just with nothing, with just really just an idea, just to start new in a new place. And we had very little savings. We had enough money to pay the first month's rent in our apartment, and then we were just gonna have to figure it out from there. So I moved out here with my brother Blake. That's his wife Julie, and that's his little daughter Corey. He now also has a little daughter named Parker as well. He's here on the webinar as well, so he'll be doing the question and answer part. But we basically were at a point in our lives where we had to figure something out. Neither of us went to college, so we didn't have a college degree. We couldn't go get a good job, and we knew we wanted to start a business. We didn't know what we were going to do, and I had that first month. Basically, rent was paid, and I had a little bit of savings, and that was it. So I started looking, and I came across an ad for rock chip repair. And it made sense to me as a way to make money initially, while I figured out what I was going to do with my life. I had no idea that it was going to turn into a very successful business, but it started off very rough. It started off as just, hey, this is just something we're going to do to figure it out. So we started, we worked with a company for a couple of months, and then Blake and I decided that we wanted to do this on our own. So we saved up and got our equipment, and we started hustling. We started hustling like you wouldn't believe. I had a mouth to feed at the time. Well, three mouths, mine, Lonnie's, and Maddox's. And I had to make it happen. So I just got out and started hustling. Blake was along with me, and we just went for it. We started making pretty good money. We were doing really well on our own. We found a gas station, a local gas station that worked with us. There's Blake there working on a van, and we got into this gas station. Here it is there. There was a Lamborghini that pulled up to our tent one day, and we were hustling and making great money, and we decided, hey, this is a really good opportunity. Let's start to grow the business. And all the while I'm still thinking, hey, this isn't what I'm going to do with my life. This is just what I'm doing now. And next thing you know, we had a team of guys out working for us, and we were doing an average of 75 to 100 rock chips a week. And next thing you know, after that, we were in 4 major dealerships in our town, servicing all of the cars coming through the service drive, and really, doing over $20,000 a month in revenue after our first 2 years in business. So it took us that first 2 years to really figure it out, but once we did, the business just kept going and going and going, and here we are today, still going. We've now, we decided, hey, let's decide to, let's give this opportunity to other people, help other people. We trained up a guy to take over our locations, and now we started this company GlassPointe so that we could provide the same opportunity for people all around the country that want to start their own windshield repair business. So the business is still in operation, doing really well here locally, and we've helped people all over the country also start their windshield repair businesses and get and follow the same path that we've gone down. So it's been a very awesome thing for our family, and Blake and I love what we do. We absolutely love it. We love helping people. We love showing teaching entrepreneurship and helping people start their own business and start making money. So first, let's talk about what it is we're even talking about, right? Rock chip repair. It's a very simple service. It's very basic. Basically, cars are driving down the road all the time on the freeways, and rocks are flying up and hitting windshields, and they're putting small chips or cracks in the glass, and we fix them, right? And what we do is we use professional tools to inject resin into the cracks, and that basically makes the rock chip almost completely disappear, but it saves the windshield from cracking any further. Okay, I want to just show you a real quick breakdown of what it is. So here's just a real quick overview of rock chip repair. All right, so as you can see, it's not a very complicated process. It's something that anybody can do, and it's a really good service that, saves people money. And, the amount of rock chips that are happening every day are what really make this a really awesome opportunity for you to start making a lot of money in the business. So why rock chip repair? Well, first off, there's about 36 million cars estimated in the US with rock chip damage at any given time, okay? When we fix one, there's another car out on the road getting another one. It's a constantly recycling business. There's always business, there's always people getting rock chips, and it's always happening over and over and over again. The other thing too is windshields aren't going away anytime soon. Even with, self-driving cars, they're still going to need windshields, and they're still going to chip, and they're still going to crack, and the government's still going to require that cracked windshields be replaced. And the best part, really, and the reason that we've been in business and been successful the past 7 years, is because rock chips pay very, very well, and that's what's very unique about this business and what's so exciting about the opportunity. So let's talk about how that works and how much money you can actually make in this business, okay? So the average rock chip takes about 15 minutes to do, sometimes 10, sometimes 20, but it takes usually around 15 minutes to do a rock chip repair. As a business owner, your cost is around $3, right? That's the cost that it takes to process the paperwork, which we'll go into in a second, and the cost of resin and the little things that have to do with your business, right? And the average payout per rock chip repair per windshield is $65, okay? So for a 15-minute repair, your profit is $62, all right? So, 15 minutes and you make $62 profit. Now, how does that work? How can you get $62? There's no way you're going to charge somebody $62 to do a 15-minute repair on their windshield, right? Well, let's talk about that. So this is how it all works, right? Insurance companies are responsible for our cars. We're paying them money every month, right? And they know that if they wait for that rock chip to crack further, they have to pay hundreds of dollars to replace the windshield. So they've set up a system that they say, hey, if you will repair your windshield, we will waive your deductible. So whether your deductible is $100, $1,000, $500, whatever your deductible is, we will waive it for you, and we will repair your windshield with no out-of-pocket expense, okay? So basically, the insurance company, there's no charge to the customer, all right? So it's not one of those things where they pay and they reimburse them. There's absolutely no exchange of money between you and the customer, okay? So you get approval right on the spot. The insurance company says, yes, we'll pay for this repair. So the customer's happy, right? Because they don't have to pay for their windshield repair because they've already paid for it by paying for insurance. They have insurance to cover it, right? The technician is happy because he gets paid $65 from the insurance companies. And so it's a win-win-win situation for everybody. Everybody's happy, right? The owner of the vehicle is happy because they got a windshield repaired and they didn't have to pay anything out of pocket. The insurance company's happy because they don't have to pay hundreds of dollars to replace the windshield in just a few months. And of course, you, the person who fixed the windshield, is happy because you got paid a good amount of money to repair the windshield. So let's put that into perspective, what that $65 means to you and how you can turn that into an actual business, okay? So if you're like us and you get out and you do this business, you can do, 4 to 8 chips a day on your own. If you're willing to get out and actually make it happen, which turns out to be $248 to $496. My best day actually out on doing rock chips personally was 22 rock chips. So do the math on that. It's over $1,000 in a day. Okay. I'm not saying you're going to make $1,000 every day, but it's, there's days where you can when you're that busy. So if you're out there hustling and doing the work, that's a possibility. But we like to say 4 to 8 because that tends to be a reasonable number that if you're a hard worker, you can achieve pretty regularly. So do that 5 days a week. you're going to average around $1,200 to $2,400 a week plus change. And then do that 50 weeks a year with an extra, couple weeks of vacation. And you're looking at anywhere from $62,000 to $124,000 per year. Okay. Now you're probably thinking, well, how can there be that many rock chips? How can it be possible to do it that consistently? Well, I can tell you this. We started 7 years ago, and we are still in business in the same town, in the same city, doing the same rock chips in the same locations, and they have been consistently producing since then. We've been in one of our locations, a Toyota dealership, for going on 6 years. Let's see, think back. Yeah, it's like 5 years. I think 5 years in that Toyota dealer. Yeah, we got in there about 5 years ago, and it has consistently produced rock chips regularly. So we've been able to continue. I mean, like I said, this is a business where you can't fix all the rock chips on the road. Nobody can. They are happening constantly over and over and over again. It's a business that constantly resets itself, which is awesome. We love to see the semi trucks cruising down the street, right? Because they're flipping the rocks up and they're creating business for us. A lot of people make the joke, oh, I could go and chip windshields and then come back later and offer. Obviously that's insurance fraud and you don't want to do that, but you don't need to. There's enough rock chips constantly happening for you to make a good living in this business. Okay. We started in an area that had, we counted about 20 other windshield repair locations at oil change garages and other other places doing it. You got your safe lights and things like that. We started in those areas and we're still able to be successful with this business. So it's been awesome for us. And we were able to scale that business. And the reason you're able to scale is because you have profit margins, right? You have money in the margins where you can actually pay employees to go out and do the work for you as well. So, just like if you were to start a plumbing business or a construction business and you get employees, you can scale your business, right? So if you were to go out and get 4 employees and get 4 different locations for each of them, and they were able to average around 6 chips, so we said between 4 and 8, so we say 6 chips, and you pay them a good wage plus a commission, you can end up with a profit of around $744 a day. That's just under $4,000 a week, or $186,000 per year. Okay, and now these numbers are not just numbers we pulled out of the sky. These are numbers that we've accomplished, so we know it's possible. And we've helped other people accomplish those numbers as well. In fact, we have our top performing company that we've trained. This 2017 did over $700,000 in revenue. So awesome business, awesome opportunity for the right person that's willing to get out and get to work. Okay, so I want to ask. We're in the middle of the presentation here. Does this kind of business appeal to you? Okay, so go ahead and type that. If you're on this live, go ahead and type that in below. If you're not live, don't worry about it. But those that are on live, go ahead and type in. So yes, 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 maybe, honest, thanks. For sure. Awesome. Okay, cool. Next question. Would you want my brother and I, Blake, helping you with this business? Definitely, yes, maybe, again. Thank you for your honesty. Yes, plenty of yeses. Yes. Depends, of course. Of course, it depends, right? So, all right, let's keep going. Basically, in the rock chip repair business, there's 2 paths that you can follow. And I hope that at the end of this webinar, if you decide that this is the right thing for you, you take one or the other. There's no wrong way of doing this. But there's 2 paths basically to follow, okay? First one is the do-it-yourselfer, which is what Blake and I did, right? We started from scratch. We saved up, we got our equipment, and we went out and we started knocking doors. That first year was a huge learning curve. There was a ton of stuff to learn. We made money. We had a lot of discouraging times, but we figured it out. And we kept going, we kept pushing. We were actually knocking doors and selling rock chip repairs door to door before we got into our first location. And then once we started getting into our locations, we started to learn how to scale the business and how to, make it so that we could start hiring people and start growing a team. So if you do it yourself, there's a few things you got to get out and do. Obviously, you got to get your entity established. So as a business, you got to get it. Then you got to get your entity registered with the insurance companies, and you got to learn how to bill the insurance companies so you can get paid. You got to get your professional equipment, and then of course you got to get out and you got to learn how to do it. If that's the route you want to take, I'm happy for you. I really hope that you actually go and do it. If that's the case, obviously reach out and we'd be happy to help you get your equipment and show you which ones we think you should get. But if not, more power to you. If this business is not for everybody, it's for people obviously who want to be entrepreneurs and want to get out and have that freedom, but it's definitely not for everybody. So now the next question is, would you rather, there's a lot of do-it-yourselfers that are going to be successful at this business, but you can avoid the major learning curves. And what I mean by that, so like if you look at this, it's pretty complicated looking. If I was sitting in that seat by myself, I know for sure that I could not get that plane off the ground. Now, I'm not going to say that starting a rock chip repair business is as complicated as flying an airplane, but there are a lot of things that you have to learn. And for me, honestly, ask yourself, would you rather be sitting in that seat with an experienced pilot next to you saying, here, do this first, press this, do this, so that you can just get up in the air? Or would you rather try to figure it out on your own, right? So me personally, I wish I would have had somebody right there to say, hey, don't do that. That was stupid. I made a lot of stupid mistakes at the beginning. But if it's something, if you're the kind of person that says, hey, I want to learn alongside somebody that's done this before, then option number 2 is definitely your way to go, which is to join our success team. Okay, we've had hundreds of people join the success team. You saw some of their testimonials at the beginning of the webinar. And what we do here at GlassPointe is we teach you how to fix rock chips, which is important, but it's only a very small part of a rock chip repair business, right? You can learn how to do rock chips on your own. But we're going to teach you how to do it professionally. We're going to teach you how to do it to the level of standard that the insurance companies expect the rock chip repair technicians to be doing. We're also going to provide you with professional equipment. Okay, so you're going to get we have professional equipment that we have manufactured, that we've tested all the different brands on the market. And we've partnered with 2 of the major suppliers to produce what we think is the best rock chip repair equipment on the market. All of them really do a professional job. We just really like the aesthetics and the way that these bridges work. So we'll provide you with that equipment. And of course, all of the equipment does professional grade repairs. And that's what's important. A lot of people are going to say, well, I could go get a kit here. I could go to Walmart and get one of those, $15 do-it-yourself kits. You can Google those and see the 1-star reviews for all those. And insurance companies aren't going to compensate you for non-professional repairs. So you need professional equipment, okay? We're going to help you establish your business. We're going to help you register that business with the insurance companies. This is the part where anybody in GlassPointe is going to say this is where the most value is in showing you how to bill an insurance company. So if I have a customer pull up to my tent or my location and he says, I want to have a rock chip, if I'm not ready to bill the insurance company on the spot, I'm not going to make any money, right? And so that's a huge part of the business that we teach. So we'll show you how to get registered with the insurance companies and actually how to bill them so that you can get paid when you have a customer, okay? We're going to teach you the different ways that we've been successful with the business. We're going to teach you how to, the tent location, like we show, is one of several different business models that we teach. And the tent model is very effective, but it's not the only way to do this business. We have several other ways that we've been very successful. In fact, the business I was telling you about that did over $700,000 last year does the tent model and has 9 other locations at various professional dealerships and oil change garages and things like that. And then we'll teach you how that works and how we make the relationships and make the money with those locations. There's a lot of different ways that you can run this business, okay? And we teach you, obviously a part of that is, how to find find customers. But really, when it comes down to it, we're coaching you on how to be successful with the rock chip repair business. When everything is boiled down, we're teaching you what we've done over the last 7 years to be successful. And we're basically saying, here you go, here's the model, here's what we've done, follow it, and you can be successful as well. So it's not a cookie cutter thing. It's really mine and Blake's experience that we're going to teach you and give to you. Okay, so first off, what do you get? Professional equipment, right? So like I said, we partnered with the 2 top manufacturers of windshield repair equipment. The stuff we've used for years and years and years and years. We know it's awesome. We know it does awesome repairs, and that's what you get when you join GlassPointe. Okay. You also get technical training on how to do it all. Okay. So this is a big question we get a lot of times with the, obviously how are you going to be trained? Now, the rock chip repair process is not a difficult thing to learn. It takes some practice, but it is a very methodical thing. All the rock chips, they repair the same. It's a step-by-step thing. So when you order your program and you get your equipment, it's going to come with practice glass, and you're going to use that glass to practice doing the rock chips before you actually touch a customer's car. Okay, so you'll be confident in doing rock chip repairs before before you actually go out and do them. So our training, our online membership site has the videos step by step, and you'll be able to go through each one and learn the process of repairing a rock chip. So that part seems intimidating at first. It really isn't that big of a deal. Fixing a rock chip is something that you can definitely do. Okay. We're gonna, guide you through setting up your business. Everywhere's different. Every state's different. Every city's different. We're gonna teach you how to, what you need to do to get set up so that you can bill the insurance companies, so that your business can get paid by the insurance companies. And that's a huge thing that we offer here at GlassPointe. This is not a franchise where you're paying us thousands of dollars every month just to use our name. You're not paying thousands of dollars every month to, you're not a slave to us. We're teaching you how to build your own business, and you get to keep 100% of the profits. So it all goes to you. So the next thing is we're going to guide you through setting up your business with the insurance companies. Okay, there are a lot of insurance companies, and it's a very complicated system if you don't know what to do. We know exactly how to get set up, and we know exactly how to bill the insurance companies, and we'll show you how to do it. It's actually not difficult once you get it all set up. It's a very streamlined system. The insurance companies have set it up that way, and it's really, when it comes down to it, the insurance companies have done all the work. They've set this up, this awesome system. They've set it up. This isn't an insurance loophole. This isn't some backdoor thing. The insurance companies have set up rock chip repair, and they pay businesses to do windshield repair, and it's already all set up. You just have to plug in with their system so that you can bill them when you get a customer. Okay, if you go to any one of these websites, Geico, USAA, Travelers, whatever, on their website they're going to have a thing about rock chip repair, and it's going to say, you can save money, and we'll waive your deductible if you have your windshield repaired, right? So this isn't some weird thing that we're scamming the insurance companies or anything like that. It's literally set up by the insurance companies. And then of course we're going to teach you the business models that we do. Everything we do to get customers, we're going to teach you, right? And like I said, the tent model, as you can see here, is not the only way to do this business. There's a lot of other ways that we make money doing this business, and we're going to teach you everything that we know about the business. All right. We teach you how to approach customers. If a customer comes to you and says, I want to have a rock chip done, or however, we're going to teach you what we say and do in order to get a customer feeling comfortable about doing a rock chip repair, because it's something that you need to educate your customers on. They don't know why, they don't understand why it's free of charge. They don't understand any of that. So once you explain to them that their insurance company is going to cover it for them, you'll get a yes. And the cool thing is the insurance companies are actually going to verify on the spot with the customer on the phone. So it's not you. The customer's going to be on the phone, and the insurance company is going to tell your customer, they're going to say, yes, this repair is free of charge. Okay? So the customer feels very comfortable before you even start any work on their vehicle. We're also going to provide you with the software you need to process claims. Now, this is something I wish I would have had at the very beginning of my business. We've developed this with another company to provide paperless billing, which is awesome. We, before, when a customer would come up to our tent or when we get a new customer, we would fill out an entire invoice. The customer would sign it. And then at night, we'd go home. We would then have to submit that all manually to the various insurance companies to bill the insurance companies. Okay, there's about an extra hour of work every night after we got home. With the software, it's all done for you on the spot. Okay, so the customer pulls up, you fill out an invoice on the software, on your phone or on a tablet. The customer signs with their finger on the phone itself, and then it's submitted to the insurance companies right on the spot. You're done. You get to go home and you get to enjoy the rest of your time off for the evening. So that's been a huge thing for us in our business, being able to eliminate all the paper. You can go into the software, you can look at all of your invoices, you can see that they've been billed, that they've been paid. It's an awesome thing. So you get that with GlassPointe as well. And then of course, last but not least, you get coaching and support from us. When you do business with GlassPointe, you're doing business with us. When you call or text for support, we're not pushing you off to a call center in Vietnam. We are not, pushing you off to somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. You get a call and talk to us when you have problems, when you have a question, when you need help. Blake and I are there to help you through the process and help you with your business. So again, doing business with GlassPointe is really doing business with me. It's doing business with my brother Blake. Now, before we go into the question and answer portion of tonight, I want to just briefly go over other opportunities that are out there, compare them real quickly, and then we'll go into the whole process of getting started with GlassPointe. Okay. So here are some other business opportunities that we have found to be relevant, we have found to be somewhat comparable to rock chip repair. Obviously, the big main glaring difference is that there is no other business opportunity out there that you can start right now for less than probably $50,000, where you can actually bill insurance companies and provide a free service, right? Every other business opportunity that you're going to start, you're going to have to charge money to your customer. This is such a unique thing. It's the only thing out there that I've been able to find that is free for your customer, that they don't have to pay anything, right? So here's just some comparables. You got tile, grout, or carpet cleaning. You got Italian ice cart. You got paint. These we get out of a magazine that we subscribe to that shows other business opportunities, right? And so these are all in there. Vending machines, grill cleaning. We've seen one where you can clean barbecue grills, and then you may have seen the guy that does paint stars on ceilings. These are all comparable, business opportunities. But again, none of these offer a free service, right? And the investment on these is pretty crazy. I mean, we're looking $5,500, $4,300, $4,000, $5,000 for one vending machine. And that's just one. You probably need 5 to make a living, if not a lot more. I don't know the numbers on vending machines, but I know that one is not going to support a family, right? The grill cleaning franchise, one that we've seen, runs around $10,000. The paint the stars on ceilings guy charges around $4,000. These are all pretty outrageous numbers that, but when it comes down to it, right, when you're starting a business, it's expected for there to be an investment, right, to start your business. And we've done everything we can to make this as accessible and as affordable as possible for people. And we want to discuss this opportunity with you one-on-one to see if this is a good fit, okay? So what I want you to do, if you are interested in joining the GlassPointe Success Team, I want you to respond to the phone number that we've been texting you back and forth on. I want you to text the word success to 323-746-1020. Okay? So now it's very important that you just text the word success. My system that we use for text messaging, when you text the word success, it will automatically send you a link to schedule an appointment. Okay? So that you and I, or Blake, one-on-one, we can discuss this opportunity with you and we can see if this is a good fit. We'll talk about your area. We'll talk about how it works. And we'll see if this is going to be a good fit and a good business for you to get into. So I invite you to schedule the appointment. We will talk to you one-on-one on the phone. It'll either be myself or it will be Blake, and we will discuss the ins and outs of the business and if this is going to be a good fit for you. We know that rock chip repair is not for everybody, and we want to determine that together. And we're really looking forward to having you on the team. So the next thing we're going to do, go ahead and, if you haven't yet texted in success, go ahead and do that. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into question and answer time with Blake. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Blake on. He's going to answer some questions. And then at the end, if we weren't able to get to your question, obviously feel free to text us the question. We will get back to you as quickly as we possibly can. So thank you so much for joining us on the webinar. Again, here's Blake. He's going to go ahead and we're going to go through the question and answer.
All right, guys. Thanks for making it this far on the webinar and letting us get that information off to you. We're going to go over the question and answer portion right now. And if you're on this live, please type in your questions, get them out to us. We'll try to get it to as many as we can. If we can't, we will respond through text or on the call when we schedule with you guys. Okay? So let's get into it. The first question that we get.
So, all right. So the first question coming in is weather related. Can I do this in the hot or cold?
Yeah, so can you do this in the hot or cold? We have teams in all climates currently doing this, whether that's in Wisconsin, Minnesota. So the cold temperatures. We also have Phoenix, California, hotter temperatures. So you can do this year round in all climates. There are a couple extra steps you will take, whether it's extreme cold or extreme hot or heat, but we will train you sufficiently to do the repairs in your area and make sure that you can operate on a year-round basis.
Okay, next question coming in. What happens if a chip that I'm repairing cracks, or if windshield breaks?
So if you break a windshield, that's always a concern. The main thing here is you need to set the right expectations for your customers. It's very rare that you'll break a windshield. It happens, but in the years that I've been doing this, I've broken less than 10 out of the thousands of repairs that I've done. So it's not an extreme risk, but it does happen. You do need to prep your customer, let them know that there's always the risk for it, and we train you very well on how to do that. But at the end of the day,
you don't have to pay for it.
Well, at the end of the day, they're signing a warranty and a waiver, letting them know that you're not liable for replacing the windshield if it breaks. It's damaged glass. You're doing your best to give it a repair. So
the insurance companies just require that we refund them the money that was paid to us. That's it.
Not a big deal. Don't worry about that, and we'll train you sufficiently on that.
All right. So, is this good in my area?
Is this good in your area? If there are vehicles on the road, yes. The main question here is, am I going to deal with a lot of competition, which Ryan spoke to earlier? The idea is that you're going to be able to do this business regardless of where you're at. That being said, we will dive into your specific area and break it down for you a little more clearly. But we're fully confident that wherever you're at in the U.S., you can get this done and have a successful company.
Next question. Where do we get supplies when we run out?
That's one of the best parts of rock chip repair, GlassPointe, all of this is that your ongoing cost to run this business is so minimal. You can do a repair for pennies. So to get your first order out, you're going to have that for quite a while. But on our website at GlassPointe, you'll be able to go on and do a full reorder for not very much money at all. Keep your supplies fully stocked, and once you start getting employees, you'll be able to keep them fully stocked and operational throughout the full year.
Yeah, it's extremely cheap to run this business. We're talking a couple pennies to do a repair.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, do the insurance companies send me my clients?
So, do they send you clients? The answer is no, and kind of yes. The reason I say it that way is because this isn't a set it and forget it kind of business. You do need to get out there. You do need to be working it, which is what Ryan and I have been doing. We kind of go over that a little bit more earlier in the webinar. That this is, it takes work, it takes effort. Now, depending on your area, they will send you business from time to time. It's not enough to keep you fully stocked, so you need to depend on the marketing and advertising strategies that we teach you in GlassPointe that we use in our own business. So they will send you some. It's a great freebie, but it's definitely not the way you'll sustain your business.
I think we have time for one more question. This question is, can I do this part-time or full-time?
Yeah. Again, part-time, full-time, that's going to be left up to you. This is your business that you're running. This isn't a franchise opportunity, so it's up to you to call the shots. Whether you want to do it full-time or part-time, awesome. And, if you want to do it on the weekends, we have guys that are just part-time strictly after work or a couple days, whatever. But then obviously we have a ton of teams that are full throttle and really making this their main source of income. But we'll teach you either way. If you want to do it full or part-time, we're there to help. But, hey, we're really excited to have you guys learn more about this. We really appreciate you taking time tonight. I'm going to hop off the questions. Again, we'll answer more on a call and take it from there.
All right, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to get through the webinar. We really appreciate you. Again, if your question was not answered, please feel free to text us, let us know. We will also answer any questions you have on your call. So please text the word success to 323-746-1020. That will kick you a text message that has a link to schedule an appointment with us. Schedule the appointment. Make sure that you get a confirmation email of the scheduled appointment, and then let's talk. We'll see you soon. Bye.